Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and four dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's more likely to talk big than actually achieve big things at work. He might sound confident and insist he knows best, but when it comes to real effort and long term growth, he's not the one who will climb high. You'll notice he prefers doing things his own way, but doesn't have the drive or curiosity to learn or push himself forward.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't fall apart or get overly emotional. He keeps his cool and doesn't lash out or sulk, which is a good thing. However, don't expect him to bounce back with new ideas or extra effort.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work will find him polite and not someone who easily gets into loud fights. He knows how to keep things civil and avoids dramatic outbursts. However, his habit of insisting that his way is always the right way can quietly annoy people.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He probably won't feel proud or insecure. He's just not very emotionally invested in such things. He might say polite words if you win an award or get a big promotion. But deep down, he's unlikely to celebrate your success with much excitement or warmth. If you're looking for a partner who cheers loudly for you, he may leave you feeling a bit flat.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not the type to secretly resent or feel insecure if you earn more than him. Money and success are not things he ties to his own pride or sense of worth. He probably won't talk about it much and he won't make it a big issue at home.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not likely to throw money around carelessly, but he also isn't the most organized or thoughtful when it comes to managing finances. He'll probably stick to regular spending habits and avoid big risks, yet he won't pay close attention to saving or planning for the future either. He prefers to keep things steady, neither being a big spender nor a strong saver.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't put on a show of being wealthier than he really is. Pretending or showing off isn't his style. He sticks to a simple routine and prefers things that feel safe and comfortable. He's practical in how he lives, even if he's not very ambitious.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is polite and won't be rude about money, but true kindness and open heartedness aren't really his strong points. He isn't the type to go out of his way to help others or share what he has, nor is he very generous with his feelings. He's not stingy in a harsh way, just quietly reserved and not very giving.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is neither very secretive nor controlling when it comes to money. He prefers to keep things calm and polite, so he won't hide things from you or play games about finances. At the same time, don't expect him to sit down and discuss budgets or future plans in detail. He just isn't that involved.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to think housework is mostly your job rather than something to be shared equally. He's comfortable sticking to the old ways and may not see much reason to step in or help out unless you push him. He's not one to fight about it, but he also won't make real effort to change how things are done at home.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the type who will mostly help by supervising or giving advice from the side rather than actually rolling up his sleeves and doing the chores or changing diapers himself. You might hear him tell you how things should be done, but seeing him pick up the broom or handle a crying baby on his own will be rare. He doesn't step forward naturally when it comes to hands on work at home, even though he's polite about it.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not the type to truly listen and understand your side. Instead, he'll mostly argue or insist that his way is right, even if he keeps his words polite. It's less about shouting and more about quietly holding on to his opinion no matter what you say.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays respectful and doesn't lash out with hurtful words or show aggression. He keeps things calm and polite even if he feels strongly about something. You won't have to worry about yelling, insults, or emotional outbursts from him.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he's not the kind of man who gets angry quickly. He stays calm under pressure and doesn't lose his temper or have sudden outbursts. He may avoid real conversations or change, and this can make you feel alone or unheard at times.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and honestly take responsibility when something goes wrong. You'll notice that instead of admitting a mistake, he's more likely to blame you or find some outside reason for the problem. Even if he doesn't say anything harsh, he won't truly own up or try to fix things from his side.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He will generally respect your boundaries and understands when you say no. He likes to keep things polite and doesn't push or pressure when you make your limits clear. If you say you're not comfortable with something, he's not likely to argue or force his way. He'll back off politely. He gives space, but sometimes without trying to understand your needs more closely.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the type to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He won't make a scene or become upset. He'll usually accept your answer without fuss or drama. You won't feel pressured or made to feel guilty in these moments, which brings you peace.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He is not the type to use your secrets or private experiences against you, even if you have arguments later. While he may not always be warm or deeply emotionally connected, he doesn't cross the line into cruelty or disrespect.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is generally faithful and not one to be easily distracted by other women. He prefers to stick to what's familiar and doesn't chase after excitement or new adventures, especially in relationships. His way is more about steady companionship than passion or adventure.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive or the jealous, controlling type. He doesn't waste energy worrying about what you're doing or whom you're talking to. If anything, he may come across as a bit distant or uninterested rather than someone who clings tightly.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective actions are not a cover for being controlling. He isn't the type to watch over you, set strict rules, or make decisions for you in the name of care. You won't find him dictating what you wear, whom you see, or how you live.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's more likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally see raising children as a shared responsibility and may quietly lean back while you carry the heavier load. If working together as a team is important to you, this lack of real partnership can feel lonely and tiring over time.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will stay calm and not lose his temper. He isn't the type to shout, scold harshly, or let anger take over during difficult moments. He's unlikely to sit down and talk things through or show deep concern for their feelings.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He won't stand in your way as a mother or as your own person, but real support may feel a bit hollow. He lets you take care of things however you see fit and doesn't interfere much with your choices, whether at home or in your career. You'll have your freedom, but you might notice he doesn't actively cheer you on or step in to make your life easier.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man with hidden plans to support your career now and then suddenly ask you to quit after you have a child. He isn't deeply invested in your job one way or another, so he's unlikely to make strong demands about your career choices before or after kids. With him, you'll have freedom, but don't expect active support or shared sacrifice.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will likely just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or building a close relationship. He knows how to keep things civil, offering greetings and showing respect, but don't expect deep conversations, affectionate gestures, or genuine involvement in family matters. So while you won't have any dramas, you may sometimes wish for more warmth and heartfelt connection from him. He's not the type to make much effort to adjust to your family, but he won't demand that they change for him either.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and not make things worse. He doesn't lose his temper or react with harsh words. He keeps things polite and steady, even when the situation is uncomfortable. You'll have peace on the surface, but you might feel alone when it comes to handling family headaches.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He isn't overly modern at home or outside, but when it comes to his relatives, he will quietly expect you to fit into the traditional supportive wife role. He may not demand it openly or make strict rules, but he won't defend your choices if you want to do things differently in front of his family. In private, he lets you do what you want and doesn't control your actions much.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it rather than support you or clearly side with his family. He doesn't like confrontations and prefers to keep everything calm, so he won't raise his voice or take a strong stand for anyone. He won't directly argue against you, but he also won't defend you if his family is being unfair.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He isn't exactly a mummy's boy who blindly follows his mother in everything, but he also isn't someone who will take a clear stand for you if there's a conflict. Instead of picking sides, he prefers to stay neutral and avoid getting deeply involved in arguments between you and his mother. If you hope for an ally in family matters, you may end up feeling on your own.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to keep personal matters to himself and avoids involving others in your relationship issues. This means your trust is safe with him and your personal life remains private.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man feels steady but emotionally flat. Every day is predictable. There's no fear of sudden fights, but also not much excitement or deep warmth.